Notre Dame beat USC again, 34-24. Really entertaining game. I would put 3.5 Chali on this game. It kind of read out like song lyrics to me. I have written down here, bright sunshine or pouring rain, LA or South Bend, Notre Dame will be Notre Dame, and USC can't do much about it. Now, it doesn't rhyme, but I think set to the right tune, it perfectly encapsulates what we saw yesterday. Notre Dame was in survival mode. USC was in statement mode. Remember, the stance I took last week was that Michigan win's not a statement. That was just a good, solid performance. It was very, very welcome. But the statement would be going on the road. Nasty, rainy conditions, more physical team, 2 time zones away, maybe 3. Go beat Notre Dame. That's the statement. And we ended up getting nearly the exact game we predicted. And if you don't believe me, Bradley has evidence. Roll it, Bradley. Until further notice, the edge that the Notre Dames of the world have on you is they're bigger and faster and stronger than you. They're deeper than you. They're tougher than you. Just all the stuff that you read on the back of the college football cereal box. That's the edge that Notre Dame has on you. And the thing that sucks about that is they're going to say it about you until you prove otherwise. Yesterday, USC, with an opportunity to prove otherwise, gives up 44 carries for 306 yards, 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, that's not quite a quarter of a mile, but Notre Dame ran all day. Southern Cal, 29 carries for 68 yards. They're very banged up at the tailback position, but not every team is what they're going to be in week 1. And I think Notre Dame's a perfect encapsulation of that. So Notre Dame played Miami week 1. They fought them to the wire. They lost. They had a bye in week 2. They played A&M in week 3. They had a shootout with them. Played them to the wire. Lost. Then the big question became, all right, well, are they going to just string off some wins now against anonymous teams, but we don't really know who they are? Are they going to get their act together, but also win these games? And since it's not against quality competition, we don't know who they are. Well, to me, yesterday was the most solid indication yet that a couple of things can kind of be valid. They deserve criticism for losing the early games. They deserve credit for scheduling those games and then criticism for losing them. I guess that's a better way to put it. But, I mean, if you can't see improvement defensively as of late from Notre Dame, if you can't see that as a team the performance level is scaling a bit, I don't think you're watching Notre Dame. And by the way, it's not like C.J. Carr went off in this game. He had 136 passing yards. It was raining. It was a rainstorm. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. But if Notre Dame can put up those kind of rushing numbers, Notre Dame's going to be okay. Notre Dame's going to be in any game they play. It's yet another team, and I'm mentioning this with a few of them tonight. It's another team where I don't particularly care how they looked in September. Hey, really quick timeout. We'll get right back to the video. Do me one favor. Make sure you're subscribed. It helps us keep the show free. It helps us keep the lights on. It helps us keep doing college football year-round. And we appreciate it. All right, back to the video. I care, but I don't care to the extent that that's the book on them. Bad teams? Yeah, that's the book on them. They'll never get better. This is an elite coaching staff. It's a very, very good collection of talent. And it's potentially a very multifaceted team. A lot of different ways to beat you. So if they peak at the right time, if they continue to surge here and continue to add layers to themselves, they'll be okay. They'll be a player. Remember, they've been there before. They were there in that championship game last year, so they get more and more dangerous as the weeks go on. They don't have a bunch of landmines on their schedule. I'm not the biggest fan of the way it's set up. That doesn't matter, because if Notre Dame is the real deal, they'll make the playoff, and then they'll face playoff caliber teams, so that all solves itself. This is kind of where USC should be, if you really think about it. This is a very, it's a very nuanced opinion. This is not where you should be. What is it, this 5th year? Jesse, 4th or 5th year for Lincoln? You should be further along this deep into a head coach's tenure. Full stop. All right, gavel comes down on that statement. We start a new statement. But if you acknowledge that Lincoln acknowledged his shortcomings last year, before last season, and he did the whole reset button, and he hired new personnel, and he instituted this whole new philosophy, and then they went and got Chad, ironically from Notre Dame, Chad Bowden to be the general manager there. and you're in the middle of a reset out there, then it should take a little while. Now, the million-dollar question was always, will the fan base have the patience? Because I kind of said, all right, if you're willing to hit the reset button 3 or 4 years in, you got to give another 2 years. If you accept that philosophy, then they're right where they should be. Maava was okay yesterday, 22 of 42 for 328, 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks, kind of like they did last year. They can't be balanced enough because they could not run the ball, and defensive personnel's not ready for this yet. That makes sense. That's where they should be. Now, you keep stacking a different caliber of athlete out there, and maybe that's different next year. Their last 4 drives, they couldn't finish. Interception, fumble, turnover on downs, interception. So that makes sense. It's a really good reality check for where you are. It makes sense. It's not a conference game. Your season's not over. You got Oregon, Nebraska, Northwestern, Iowa, and UCLA. You got 5 conference games left. You're a one-loss team out there. All your goals are still in front of you, just like Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's goals are still in front of them. It is my opinion that if Notre Dame wins out, they're in the playoff. Not everyone shares that opinion, but okay. Bigger question, not only do they win these final 5 games, do they continue ascending as they play the final 5 games? Their toughest remaining opponent, by our estimation, is at Pitt. But again, it's college football 2025, so anything can happen. So 2 weeks ago, when I came on air and I said, it has occurred to me via Savannah State that a lot of you have babies, bebes, as she would call them, and they need clothes. And we're all about clothing children around here through the Pate State store. And I said, hey, I don't know anything about baby outfits, but we are putting them in the Pate State store. And so we got Little Freights, the Pate State Little Freights collection, and we put some onesies in there. And then I went to sleep. And I woke up, and it was our bestseller. And now some of you have ordered these shirts and these onesies, and they have arrived, and you're starting to send us pictures of your children wearing the Little Freights merchandise. Now, firstly, always put an emoji over your kid's face because we don't want to be showing the children's faces. And so protect the anonymity, and therefore we can show it on air. Look at this. Do you know how many pictures we're getting like this? That was just one of them. But that's a little animated baby that we made for the advertisement. These are real babies or bebes. So we appreciate it. And I would also highly encourage you not just to check out the onesies, but that shirt, I should have brought it in. Alex sent me some samples. I don't fit in them, but she sent me some samples. That white T-shirt we have that says nap time, not on third down, is great. Some are calling it the best infant, what do we call it, Jesse? Just like infant wear? Some of the best infant wear of the modern age. Not my words. Sources say.